Alright, so in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the ancestors, right? And why a lot of black people we different, man. Why we need to start really looking into deeper meaning of who we really represent, right? Now, hold on, y'all. I'm finna break this down to y'all. So, hold on, let me get this one going. Alright, so we're gonna talk about in this video. We're gonna talk about the Gullah Wars. I want y'all to do y'all research on this, man. For anybody who know anything about the Gullah Wars, it was wars where it was when black people came together and went to war against the oppressors, bro. Y'all need to do y'all research on this shit, man. This is something that y'all don't have a clue of. When the Gullah beat the U.S., right, in back-to-back wars. So let's talk about that. The Gullah, it's really spelled Gullah. I'll put it in my description. But the Gullah won 3 wars against the United States in the 1800s. What had happened was the U.S. declared itself independent in 1776. Okay, that go back to the Treaty of Peace Agreement, 1776. A lot of the Moors, see, we standing on what our ancestors have done in the 1700s and stuff like that, and they see that we haven't been given the proper credit to live a righteous life. They just still don't give a fuck, so they just kill us and shit like that. But let's break this down. This is what's going on. All right, y'all gotta stop believing in shit that ain't attuned to your energies. Feel me? And this message is for those who, who have a divine calling to do this type of shit, or to do, it's in your blood not to just fuck over on your own people. And I'm about to read to you on who these beings was, on who these Anunnaki gods, powerful beings were. Now these are people who lived over here. Here we go. Look, check it out. So, the U.S. declared itself independent in 1776. That's when the states went from being colonized of Britain to becoming the United States of America. It already had the 13 colonies / states, but were hungry for more. You see what I'm saying? Like, the United States was being greedy. They wasn't caring. They never cared about black people, man. I'm finna read to y'all so y'all can see what's going on. All right. So the problem was Spain owned Florida and wasn't about to give it up easy. They put word out that if black folks made their way to Florida from the low country, they be free from slavery. That was the word on the street. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all get word on the street, like, oh, buddy this, buddy that. No. Listen here, y'all. It was hard back in the day, man. Our ancestors, for us to even be here to this day, bro, we had to be we got the most strongest ancestors, y'all, for real. But let's read. And I'm not saying to the ones who, fought and died and stuff like that. They still strong too. All right, but let's read though. It say, okay, so it say Spain wasn't being righteous. So they figured that black folk would be their bodyguards. So that's why they was like, you know what, we're going to allow black people to just be here in Florida and stuff like that. Because I'm finna read to y'all about how Florida used to be. And if you've been in the woods of Florida, if you've been in the trenches of Florida, if you've been in the country parts of Florida, you know how the mosquitoes is out there, bro. That shit real. It's like being in another country. But it said Florida was nothing but swamps and mosquitoes. Folks, when they say folks, it's like, when I say folks, it's like I'm actually reading out of a book. I want y'all to hear. Like, I got so much knowledge, bro. Y'all don't understand. So it say folks were catching malaria out there. It was hard living, but the Gullah Geechee who run away, they preferred that than plantations. You see what I'm saying? So the black people there, that was more to like bettering themselves, and you know what I mean? They didn't give a fuck. Niggas was like, man, fuck this shit. That's why I say the black people today, man, y'all niggas is sellouts, bro. Like, niggas back in the day didn't even have cell phones, bro. They didn't even have cars for real, bro. And they was still putting in work, bro. Y'all niggas is bitches. But look, it say, and they made the land livable, started families, and intermingled cultures with Native Americans. That's how a lot of us got Native American in our blood. Some of us be like 52% Cherokee. But I'm finna break this down, bro. Listen. It say, but the Gullah Geechee who run away, they preferred to live inside mosquitoes and malaria than to be on a plantation. All right, so it say, uh, white folks called them Seminoles. So to call yourself a Seminole Indian, you know what I'm saying? You know, you already know where that came from. So white folks called them Seminoles, meaning wild and untamed. You did. The more melanated ones were called black Seminoles. So all y'all black motherfuckers out there that live out here, you feel me? Y'all black Seminoles, bro. Y'all, we all the same, man. We got the same, we cousins. You feel me? Like we not, I don't know, other shit, nigga. We supposed to be fighting together. But anyway, listen. So it says, note, runaway slaves who established their own land / communities were known as maroons. So, see, these were all codes back in the day, man. Like, so you might be walking down the street and you might be talking to somebody that you know, and they be like, yeah, some maroons that live 10 miles down from there, but that's how they talk. It was a code. You see what I'm saying? That was code. So they said runaway slaves who established their own land and communities were known as maroons. They were self-emancipated, meaning they freed their damn selves. Y'all hear that? And say they were maroon communities in Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Louisiana, Nova Scotia, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Cuba, Panama, Brazil, etc. Okay, but they forget a lot of the states in the Midwest. They don't be wanting to talk about this. They don't talk about the real Native Americans up there because they know we was fucking shit up. They don't bring that out, you know what I'm saying, for real, you know. And it's okay. A lot of black people down south do need to hear their history, but it's thousands and millions of blacks and Native Americans genetics in the Midwest, whether you live in Ohio, Illinois, whether you live in Michigan, South Dakota, North Dakota, all those areas, Kansas, all that is considered the Midwest. Missouri, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to think that St. Louis, Missouri was all Native American, bro. It was all Native American. That was like the capital. How the United States of America got, you know, Washington, D.C., where they got their White House and shit like that. Well, St. Louis, Missouri, that's why you see all those mounds and shit. If you ever go to St. Louis, Missouri and just drive around, you going to see like really like ancient mounds that just been covered up by industrial shit. And really, it's a vortex of energy right there that y'all don't know about. But look, we finna break this shit down. So in 1818, Andrew Jackson, who, by the way, was an army general, led the army to claim and colonize Florida. So y'all love Andrew Jackson, right? So bad. Y'all love $20 bills. Y'all love money, right? Guess what? His face is on there. Let's break this down. So the Gullah and the Native Americans, aka the Seminoles, fought them and won. Okay, our ancestors, we whooped their ass. You feel me? It say about 200 black Seminoles, according to Rosalind Howard's book, Black Seminoles in the Bahamas. dipped from Florida to Andros Island in the Bahamas between 1821 and 1837. They didn't want to risk being enslaved again. Okay, they even got pictures of black people killing, beating white people, beating the British multiple times. They don't tell y'all about these wars that we've won. They don't. They're afraid of the race war. They're trying to create another race war, but they're trying to mimic it. This time they trying to win. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's why black people right now, we have to come together. Y'all don't understand what's really going on behind closed doors. All right. So let's keep reading. In 1836, all right. Matter of fact, man, I need to start. What I'm gonna do, man, if anybody want to see this information, y'all, bruh, I could show y'all images from 1800s of what was documented on what we did through this war. It's showing you that we defeated their ass. But look, an army general in 1826 wrote about the black Seminoles in Florida. We found the Negroes in possession of large fields of the finest land, producing large crops of corn, beans, melons, pumpkins, and other, vegetables. They are chiefly runaway slaves from Georgia. So basically what these people would do, they'd go to Florida, like these white folks would go to Florida and they'd sit there and be like, man, what the fuck going on? They wasn't even fucking with they was not trying to have no smoke with motherfuckers, bro. I swear to God. They was like, bro, man, listen, we just want to come over here and try to make some money with y'all motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They was on that type of frequency. Like on that scheming shit, on that really, you know what I'm saying? Trying to come up on a bag shit. This was them, like coming up on them, like, look, but he says they are chiefly runaway slaves from Georgia who had put themselves under the protection of McConaughey. Y'all need to look that up. 1818 actually wasn't the first time the U.S. tried to fight them. They lost so fast and so bad that they called the first couple times scrimmages. That's what I heard. That's where it come from. You know, when a person be like, in football, they be like, oh, we got a scrimmage. We got a scrimmage. You know what I mean? You go against motherfuckers and shit. They used to do that shit when I played football. They used to, man, all them, we had to fight each other. That shit, they're mimicking us, trying to start wars against us, bro. They use football through high school, through middle school, all that shit. White folks do that shit to talk about how we did them. So they use war. Man, it's deep, y'all. If anybody know what I'm talking about, know. When you scrimmaging your own teammates, man, y'all gotta wear different colors. Sometimes it be black on white, or it be black on black, or it be red on black. It'd be some bullshit. But anyway, it says it's like they were saying we wasn't ready yet, so those don't count. See what I'm saying? The scrimmages in football, they be wanting you to bust your ass, but then 9 times out of 10, them bitches ain't counting for real. So you might scrimmage 3 times and have to play your ass off, but it was just a fucking scrimmage. You see what I'm saying? So it says the U.S. intentionally called them Indian Wars because they feared calling them Negro Wars would lead up to slave riots. Okay, so it says, but they knew. In a letter to Andrew Jackson, Army General, Thomas Jessel wrote, this will be ensured is a Negro, not an Indian war. And if it be not speedily put down, the South will feel the effects of it on their slave population before the end of the next season. Said Jackson became president in 1829 and signed the Indian Removal Act the following year. As a slave owner himself, he wanted to push the Native Americans out west and expand the Cotton Kingdom into Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, etc. Y'all gotta understand something, y'all. We are not black people, bro. We black, but we're not. We're Native Americans, man. This shit has been turned around for so many years. They use a lot of motherfuckers like it all started while we was going to school and it was put in front of us without seeing it. Y'all notice when y'all go put an application in, y'all gotta sign whatever race you is. Then you got black, you got white, you got Native American, indigenous, or whatever. We was not supposed to put ourselves as black. We was calling ourselves Seminoles, nigga. We had a title, like we was Seminoles, or we was you know what I mean? But they what they did was they wanted to change it because, a lot of black people had land. We had a lot of shit. But let's keep reading though, because this is some deep shit. It says George Washington figured the best way to deal with the Native Americans was to civilize them. The same way that Gullah Geechee were shamed into living and speaking more American than African. The Native Americans went through the same thing, but Andrew Jackson wasn't into civilizing. He probably wore the nickname Indian Killer. So all y'all niggas out there who all y'all want about is money, money, money. Everybody on the fucking bill that you got your money, you be representing, bro. Them niggas had slaves, bro. Them white boys had slaves. They were slave owners. All those motherfuckers. Andrew Jackson on your $20 bill was a slave owner. Look it up. By 1836, he snatched all those southern states except Florida. The Seminoles weren't giving up their pride land easy. Jackson waged war against them again in 1835 and lost again. So, man, this motherfucker was losing wars, bro. They was like, man, you ain't finna come over here, nigga, and just take shit. This is what we gotta become. We gotta have that spirit. So in 1842, the U.S. finally beat them and forced them out of Florida and out of the Trail of Tears into Oklahoma. That's why you get all those Native Americans to Oklahoma. So we letting y'all know what really going on. So this shit really don't add up. Because sometimes when I'm reading, you gotta really question this shit and do your own meditation and research. So it's saying in 1842, the U.S. finally beat them and forced out of Florida and onto the Trail of Tears into Oklahoma. It is said some stayed there, others went to Texas, and a good bit of them went on to Mexico. So then it says in 1845, Florida became the 27th state to join the U.S. Okay, now if they got to listen. Like I say, it's pictures of black men, melanated men with cowboy hats on, who were Seminole Negro scouts. You feel me? Like they was on horses. So these ain't no white folks, y'all. This is some real shit that I'm looking at. Y'all gotta really like, but this is what we need to do. So let's keep reading. Then it say after the Second Seminole War, the U.S. decided to chill for a sec and leave the remaining Seminoles in Florida alone. This is what they do. This is how the United States be going to war with motherfuckers. They act like, oh, we're not gonna fuck with you now, but we gonna get you later. This is same tactics that they use. We gotta fucking separate, man. It's not it's about money, but it's not about money. It's about taking your shit back. That's what it's about. And sticking together and not letting your people struggle. You feel me? So it's then the president at the time, Franklin Pierce, decided to get the rest of Florida too. So the third war popped off. This was the third war. It said, but the U.S. ended up just paying the rest of the Seminoles to leave. So this is the story behind this shit. So they paid them off. They like, look, we'll give y'all some money if y'all just leave, bro. We don't even want to fight. We know y'all motherfuckers is like, y'all packed up and y'all ready to go to war. We see that. So it's saying in 1870, the U.S., recognizing that the Seminoles were hella strong and organized in war, invited them to join the U.S. Army. They were called the Seminole Negro Indian Scouts. Okay, y'all look that up. In 1978, historians interviewed remaining scouts in Bracktonville, Texas, and discovered that many still spoke Gullah and ate Gullah dishes. So this is a little some history that I wanted to break down on some of the history that, our ancestors, our brothers and sisters, our cousins, had to face. And they be hiding this history and this knowledge from y'all motherfuckers. So I hope this gave y'all some like insight on like who we really truly are as black people, man, because like the shit that's going on right now in America, like they're trying to wage war. They trying to keep us divided. They trying to make us fight over money. But everybody on your dollar bill, bro, everybody on your bill have owned slaves, bro. I don't give a fuck. Do your extensive research. They don't tell you that shit. But they can't put Harriet Tubman on a 20. You see what I'm saying? They can't put even just Malcolm X. They can't put him on 100. Like, you feel me? Like, they can't put Khalid Abdul Muhammad on a $5 bill. Y'all can't put Farrakhan on a gold coin or some shit, or like a fucking put them on a dollar bill. They won't put no African American melanated skin tone Whether you got nappy hair, melanated eyes, whatever, they're not finna put your ass on no dollar bill, bro. We gonna have to really go to fucking war, y'all. I'm telling y'all what it is. But y'all wanna get that spirit and that Kundalini rise the fuck up, man, y'all need to stay tuned and listen to what I'm telling y'all, bro. Bro, our history go way back, man. And we killing each other, we fighting each other and shit, man. For no goddamn reason. For no fucking reason, man. Over a bag of money. You basically killing for the fucking, bro. Whenever you kill, listen, y'all, everything is energy. So, black man, when you take $100,000, right, or whatever, and you say, if somebody say, hey, I need you to go, do this and do that, right? Boom. You go steal $100,000. Do you know that you're killing for the slave master black man? They was doing these. This is a tactic. This is a war tactic. Y'all don't see this shit. This ain't me talking about me being scared. No, this is a war tactic. I've been seeing that shit. I seen this shit 5 years ago. I said, watch this. They gonna see these crackers gonna get smart and they gonna start using niggas and paying niggas and promoting niggas to talk to, you know what I mean? And doing this shit and doing it like that. Bro, my energy does not belong in that for real. I can never do my people like that. On God, nigga. I will never ever set none of, bro, I can't do that. I can't roll like that. That's not in my genetics. Bro, I am a rebel, bro, for real. Trust me, man. I was one of them niggas, nigga. I was one of them niggas in them wars, bruh. I was not stopping. I'm like, nigga, we beat them again. They come back over here, nigga. We gonna fuck them up some more. That was me. You feel me? I wasn't on none of that. I wasn't on no, all right, man. You feel me? Damn, man. You feel me? Like, nah, bro. Like, y'all need to do y'all fucking research, man. Wake up. It's sad, man. It's sad. But yeah, man. I'm gonna end the video and, that's it, y'all. All right, peace.